Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku charts.com daily analysis for the Euro US dollar FX for Wednesday, November 14, 2012. Well, a change of trend to the upside today and a candle with a higher high and a higher low. Previous day's trading we had a downtrend in place, and we had a downtrend in place in the first time frame for quite some time. The market was trending down from roughly around the 129.68 area into this large zone of support and resistance that I highlighted with this grey shading, and the market found support in this area. Some very indecisive trading over the previous two trading days, some doji and spinning top type candles of indecision, and yesterday we saw the market test down to the bottom of the cloud and the bottom of this highlighted zone, and we saw buying coming in with the market closing with the buyers in control. It did set the market up for a potential change of trend, and today we've seen that change of trend with the current candle making a higher high and a higher low. White bodied candle suggesting that the buyers have made net bullish progress, and it's been quite some time since they made any net bullish progress, so that's a good sign. But if we look at where the candle closed, it closed roughly around the midpoint level, which means that the neither side has taken control of this market at the close of trading, neither the bulls nor the bears, and that's not doesn't look good for continuation of the trend to the upside. We'd prefer to see the buyers closing with control. We also have this large shadow on the top of the candle, and that suggests that the buyers actually lost control of the market and lost commitment as they tested up outside the top of this shaded area. Previously the shaded area held as support, and then in the recent past the top and just above it is held as resistance, and that's exactly what's happened today. So we will need to see quite some strong bullishness in this market for it to trade outside of that area. We also saw the market test roughly to around the Tenkan Sen and sellers come in, so moving forward tomorrow that will be an important area for the market. It is at 127.68, so if we see any weakness in the market around there, there is potential for that to hold as resistance. So there is potential for a change of trend back to the downside today, but if we do see that change of trend, we do have very, very strong support down below where the market's trading at the bottom of the cloud and the bottom of this zone, roughly around the 126.50 level. In terms of the Fibonacci extension, now that the market is trending up, we're examining the relationship of the first time frame uptrend to the previous time the market is trending up, and here we see the market has been rejected from the 61.8% and the 78.6% level, and more importantly the 61.8% and very strong rejection from there. It does suggest that there is potential for a change of trend, and the market has closed just at the 50% level, so potential for the trend to change back to the downside and the market to test back down to the bottom of the cloud. In terms of the Fibonacci retracement for the previous day, the market tested exactly to the 261.8% level for today's trading, and we're in an expansion phase of that retracement. The market has been for quite some time. The low was exactly to that level, coinciding with the bottom of the cloud, and it suggested that there was going to be very, very strong support around there, and we saw price rejection of the previous day's trading and then the change of trend today. In terms of the current Fibonacci retracement, the market's traded up to the 23.6% level and has been rejected from there, with the market closing down below there. It's a minor level, but it still does suggest that there is potential for a change of trend, with the sellers or the buyers losing commitment up above that area, and with neither side closing with control, a strong possibility of a change of trend. Now, in terms of Ichimoku, we still have a neutral market in big picture terms, with the market trading within the cloud, but the market remains bearish in the medium and fast term timeframes by trading below the Kijun Sen and the Tenkan Sen. If we look at the Chikou span here, that's below the corresponding price action, so it's confirming what we're seeing in the shorter timeframes, but not what we're seeing in the medium term timeframe with the market trading within the cloud. This bearishness in the short-term time frame has some solid downside momentum to it. If we look at the angle of the Tenkan Sen, the green line here, it's pointing down quite sharply, reflecting this strong downside momentum. And usually when the market retraces back towards that Kijun Sen, when there's been strong downside momentum, it's the first area that holds as resistance, and the market tends to bounce back to the downside off there. So there is still based on that, potential for the market to test down to the 126.50 level at the bottom of the cloud once again. If we look at the Kijun-sen, however, that is pointing flat, and today the price action has been attracted back towards there. So that does suggest there is a possibility for the market to continue trending up. If the market does, however, then very strong resistance, as I've already mentioned, at the Tenkan-sen, and just above where the market's trading at the top of the cloud around the 127.45 level. But moving forward, we really do need to watch those levels, but the market is bound by strong resistance overhead and very strong support down below. We should be waiting for a breakout in either direction. A breakout to the upside, however, we'll see the market still trading within the cloud and strong resistance heading all the way up to the top of the cloud, roughly around the 128.90 level. But a breakout below in a bearish manner would be decisive for this market. It would be a signal with Ichimoku. Solid support just down below there at 125.86, but if the market can trade down through there in a bearish manner, then it could easily end up trading down to around the 124.50 level.